The purpose of this show is to guide you to realign with habits that get you to live the life you've always dreamed of. This is the Habit-Based Lifestyle Podcast with Jesse Ewing. This is the Habit-Based Lifestyle, where you can access your full potential right now. Finally break free from destructive habits. That dream life, if you want it, you can have it. This is where you transform your health, mind, business, and relationships, or do nothing and keep your life the way it is. But if you're ready for change, you're in the right place. This is where you're gonna learn how to live a habit-based lifestyle. You are tuning in to the Habit-Based Lifestyle Podcast with your host, Jesse Ewing. This is the Habit-Based Lifestyle. Let's go.
So today on my way to work, I'm listening to this book. I'm listening to this audio version, and the book is called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. It's written by a guy named Joe Dispenza, who talks a lot about these habits of just being yourself, being comfortable, being stuck in this person that you are, and taking kind of the old model of learning and creating this new model of learning for a completely different result. And this actual idea of gratitude, this is where I first heard, we'll say, new model of gratitude. And as I began to listen to it, it really hit me. And I wanted to share it with you because it's super relevant. You see, we express gratitude, and we are told why we're supposed to do it. We're told why we should be appreciative and feel this gratitude for all these things. Yet it's always for a reason. Now, allow me to explain on this and go a little more in depth. And when I say this, I love the idea of expressing gratitude, giving thanks, for all the things that we're giving, the opportunities we have. But most people, and even me, think about gratitude the following ways. I'm grateful for my wife. I'm grateful for my kids. I'm grateful for my husband. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my friends. I'm grateful for my house. I'm grateful for my car, where I live, the job I have, my career, and maybe sometimes for myself. And there's nothing wrong with it. But let's just consider outside of themselves are all external things. These are all external things in life. This is the state of gratitude. When you give thanks, it usually means you're getting something. It fulfills some lack that you didn't have. And this lack becomes our separation. This lack becomes us being separate from this object. And you may be thinking, okay, so what? Who cares? Why does this even matter? This means that we have to have something in our possession before we can express gratitude. We actually need a reason to express gratitude. We need a car, we need a house, we need a family, we need a wife, we need a husband, we need kids before we can express gratitude. We need a job, we need to make a certain amount of money before we can express gratitude. Think about this as an old model of gratitude. This is an old, outdated model. I subscribe to it. I'll admit it. I have used it. Years I have used it. But the old model of gratitude was to call things outside of us to feel gratitude inside of us. So I'm going to repeat myself one more time. This old model of gratitude was to call things outside of us to feel gratitude inside of us. So here's a real question. When is the last time you actually checked yourself for gratitude? And what could you possibly learn by just checking yourself with this old formula of gratitude? You see, old ways of doing things do not get us new results. And if you've ever actually practiced gratitude consistently, after a while, it's kind of like, okay, well, how many more things do I have to be grateful for? How many more reasons do I actually have to be grateful for? And then we get into, hey, write down 100 things you're grateful for. because that's going to obviously change who we are and how we feel. If you want to upgrade your doing to being, then we're going to have to begin to express gratitude in a different way. As with anything, you must go deeper to experiencing some type of change in our state of being. So let's just say stage 1 is doing gratitude. We're doing this thing to call things outside of us into us to get us to feel this thing. Now, if I want to feel it at a different level, if I want to begin to experience it at a different level, I'm going to have to change my state of being. We must begin to challenge our own thoughts, our own beliefs to learn and grow. And after hearing this old, outdated model of gratitude gets us the same exact results. Hey, I'm grateful, I'm thankful, I'm appreciative. You ever sat around on Thanksgiving and hear everybody say how grateful and thankful they are? But for the other 364 days a year, they don't say anything. These become reasons. These become things in my life that I got to be grateful for, thankful for, and appreciative for. And these are the respectful ways that we have been taught, we have been passed down. But I want to challenge you today. I want to challenge you today on doing gratitude different than just checking a box full of things. And instead of checking this box, we're going to be gratitude and change our state of being. Think about this. Before I lose weight, I have to visually see myself as something or someone smaller with characteristics of a person or myself, or otherwise I'll just play around with losing the same 10, 20, 30, 40 pounds I always lose, and then I gain it all back. Because now I'm putting the focus on my diet. I'm putting the focus on my workouts as the thing that changes me, as the thing that gets me to lose weight. I put my focus on things outside of me to get me to lose weight inside of me, and that's a backward model. That doesn't sustain long-term change. But what if there was a way you could begin to manifest gratitude into something before you actually felt it? Simply find out what your ideal self would be like. And imagine if you already had this gratitude inside of you before having a reason, a new car, a new house, a new wife, a new husband, or kids. What if you already had that gratitude inside of you first? And this model begins the change of actually creating inside of you before there's a reason outside of you. The ideal version of you, just being able to create this version of you that you have always wanted to become. This new way of being in this emotional state, and how you can actually begin to integrate this future version of yourself into who you are today, and having the same feelings and emotions of being this person today that you've never been before. You see, this is why things like meditation are so powerful and so many people skip out on them. Certain people can actually increase their theta brainwaves and call this stuff into existence before it even happens. Even for me, I naturally have dominant theta brainwaves. So it may be easier for me, but this is actually stuff you can do during meditation or just sitting in a quiet place. You begin to feel the same emotions of what it would feel like to have these things, but you're doing it as if it was already happening today. You see, as you meditate, you are creating a vision of the future and feeling this gratitude and experiencing this gratitude. But here's where most people stop. They stop here once they feel it and they're like, man, that feels really good. But what if when you got up from meditation, you continued to carry this around, and it continued to shift you for the next 30 minutes to 60 minutes? Because here's the thing, your body doesn't know if these feelings are from the past, the present, or the future. It doesn't know the difference. It just knows what it feels like. It just knows the emotions. But meditation is one of the most important things just to get into an elevated state of being. What if you could be in a place of meditation and believed you already had what you want? What if you could regulate a state of gratitude? What if being grateful for what you actually want, you were calling this thing forward into existence? You already experienced gratitude for this, and you may not even have it, but your body is going through the same feelings and emotions where it actually does have it. You see, the longer you stay in gratitude, the more belief you'll have in it. And then you can end up actually looking for feedback in areas of your environment, looking for these synchronicities, these small little things that are showing you, hey, something is changing in your world. And remember this, gratitude is the ultimate state of receiving. So imagine if I received something inside of me that later bloomed outside of me. And you feel this pull of energy between you and gratitude. And it begins to call things forward in your life. It begins to manifest things forward. This is the real power of gratitude. And this is a newer model of gratitude, but it's one I'm going to continue to work on. I'm going to continue to manifest in my meditation because I see the power in it. And I've seen things in my life and times in my life when I've actually done this, but I didn't even know what I was doing. So try this out. Begin doing this today. Begin looking at this as a new model, not only of gratitude, but just of change. Stop waiting for things outside of you to change when you can change them inside of you first. And when you do that, you begin to see differently. You begin to act differently, and you begin to be differently. Thank you for being on here today. Are you looking to connect further with a group of like-minded people? Join myself and so many others in my Habit-Based Lifestyle Secrets group. This is where I'll be dropping daily habits, tips to get you living to your full potential. Maybe you want to be one of our next case studies and begin living this habit-based lifestyle. Reach out to me. If you have questions, comments, requests, email me, jesse@habitbasedlifestyle.com. You can also check out my website, habitbasedlifestyle.com. And until next episode, I will see you later. Have a great day.
The purpose of this show is to guide you to realign with habits that get you to live the life you've always dreamed of. This is the Habit-Based Lifestyle Podcast with Jesse